I used to dream of this place when I was a young cutpurse. I thought if I can make enough of myself, one day I can go there, hold my head high, order a drink like a normal person. It tastes the same as what we have in the den.
I don't understand. I thought your note was about Nicholas.
Yes. He's the reason I needed a strong drink. According to Magnifica Flora, the Iron Wheel's prison ship encountered a storm and nearly capsized. The waves swept a dozen people over the side, Nicholas among them. Thought he lost to the storm, they said.
Sounds like you don't believe it.
Neither does Magnifica Flora. There's a copy of his wanted poster. It's plastered all over Tanith. I want you to find out what really happened. If he's dead, we throw a party in the den. But if he's alive, you track him down and...
And what? What do you want me to do?
Do as you see fit. I'll back whatever decision you make. Someone called the Desert Falcon is looking for Nicholas as well. That's how this came to my attention. I want you to see what this Falcon knows.
Where can I find this Desert Falcon?
Last I heard, the Desert Falcon was in Greenshade, some tavern in Marbrook. See what you can learn. If any trails lead to Nicholas, follow them.
I have some questions.
I'll answer what I can.
Who is the Desert Falcon? And why is he interested in Nicholas?
Someone who doesn't realize Desert Falcon is incredibly pompous. Nicholas made enemies over the years. Maybe it's one of them. Why look for him now and not after the dowry heist? Whoever it is, my hope is they're willing to work with you.
And if I do find Nicholas, what shall I do with him?
I don't know how to answer that. We were friends for so many years. He meant so much to the Guild, to me. And then he betrayed us. He left us to the mercy of the Iron Wheel. Drowning at sea is too good for him.
If Nicholas lives, are you asking me to murder him?
The Thieves Guild doesn't murder. And yet, Nicholas was the cause of so much suffering. I shouldn't ask you to do that. In fact, I can't. But if you find him alive and leave him dead, I'll consider him the exception.
You are the last person I expected to see. Did you come to gloat? To tell me my search for Nicholas will end in failure? And how did you learn I was the Desert Falcon?
Chief Inspector, you're the Falcon?
I'm no longer Chief Inspector of anything. After your guild escaped Noshira Citadel, I had no choice but to resign from the Iron Wheel. The journal was a nice touch. I'd hoped it would seal the fate of Nicholas at his trial. But the storm did that. Allegedly.
Why are you looking for Nicholas?
You don't get that from me. You couldn't follow simple instructions to put down a sparkling trinket. How can I possibly trust you?
The Iron Wheel killed many good people. Is there blood on your hands, or is it Nicholas's?
We thought Abaz's landing was full of bandits. The merchant lords pointed us in your guild's direction. When I realized they used us to settle old debts, I withdrew the Iron Wheel to Noshira Citadel. You think me heartless? That I don't regret our methods?
If you want to set things right, tell me what you know about Nicholas.
All right, you win again. Here, this key opens my strongbox. You're welcome to the contents.
Do the contents tell me where he is?
No, but I suspect he's in Grotwood.
Where in Gratwood exactly?
There's a snitch, goes by the name Bellalore Chatterbeak. Slippery fellow, local. He might know where Nicholas was heading. It's all in my notes.
Thank you for your help.
I'm not helping you. I'm ending my involvement. I'm done with his case. There's neither profit nor honor in its resolution.
Don't think I've seen you around. Or I could have. I was quite drunk yesterday.
I'm looking for
Hello again, for the first time.
I'm looking for an Imperial man who goes by Nicholas.
Are you working for that ram's beak, Falcon Wings fellow? Heard he wanted the same thing. Also heard he was a guard. He sent you then? Fine. Tell him my price. Pay my tab at every tavern in the city.
Spit out what I want, or I'll spit your teeth out, your choice.
Keep your fists down. Bellalaw knows the score. Don't blame me for making a living. The Imperial wasn't a local, just passing through. I'll tell you what I know.
Then tell me everything you remember about Nicholas.
First thing, he didn't go by Nicholas. Can't recall his name. Something equally forgettable. But I do remember his high elf companion. A widow she was. My darling Volu, he called her. They were returning to her home.
Where did Vola call home?
A pleasant little manor outside of Haven, I believe. In Grotwood. I can't remember anything else. The drink, you see. But they were to be married as soon as they returned.
Married?
Oh, she'd fallen for him. I could see that. He was some sort of painter? The canvas kind, not tavern placards. He brought some kind of joy to her life. Would have been lovely, but I passed out on the table.
I don't often receive visitors in my garden, especially the uninvited ones. Vantis? Whatever for? And who are you exactly?
Madness, I have unfinished business.
He struggles enough finding his muse. Distracting him with financial matters will disturb his concentration. I must ask you to leave. I will inform Vantis you stopped by.
My muse has left me. Perhaps kisses would restore it. You are not who I expected to see. I knew my time here wouldn't last. I hoped it would take longer, though. Zero wanted to make sure I was truly dead, yes? I taught her too well.
We have unfinished business.
What business? The man you knew as Nicholas truly died in that storm. I am a changed man, a married man. I live quietly in this house, painting things that my wife adores. I retired.
Before I start to do it, you have some questions.
Ask. I'll tell you everything you want to know. No more secrets.
What was your plan?
None of them. I wanted more. Alone, Abba's landing is a meager prize. But if I could find a way to bring in Tanith, with a stake in both cities, you control all trade in Hughes Bay.
But why betray the Thieves Guild?
But I hadn't. Velsa should have joined me at Maluk's path. After my death, she would lead the others back to Abba's landing. Zira could scatter the guild before the Iron Wheel's arrival. But then Velsa retired and everything changed.
You're saying this is Velsa's fault?
Of course not. But had all gone according to plan, Zira could have filtered the guild into Tanith, set up there while the Iron Wheel was chasing them here. And when I was Magnifica Falora's puppet in Abba's landing, Zira would be mine in Tanith.
But that's not what happened. It's time to decide what to do with you.
Very well. We both know my part in what happened to the Thieves Guild. I won't beg for my life, if that's what you're expecting. If that's what Zira wants from me.
She didn't want you to beg. She wanted you dead.
No! Not like this!
What was that noise? What's going on in here? Vantis? No! How could you do this? My dear husband. Oh, Vantis! Come back to me, my love! Come back to me!
Well, did Nicholas survive the storm?
He did. I tracked him down.
What happened? Is he...
He's dead.
I see. I hate him for what he did. But it still feels like I've lost a family member. That's why I asked you to go. You had no history. You could see him for what he was.
Are you alright with how I handled
You helped restore the Thieves Guild, make it more than it once was. Of course, I trust your judgment. Now all the old business is put to rest. Let's go. We have a guild to run. There are heists to plan and merchant lords